What's up, y'all? Hey, it is
India,
Michelle,
and we are back. And thank you guys for watching and subscribing.
Yes, we're back,
Yes.
and we're on time.
Yes,
We're gonna get to it because tonight's episode
a Snoozefest.
was a Snoozefest.
Yeah, it was very boring.
I'm glad I wasn't sleepy because if I was sleepy, I don't know what kind of energy I'd be
Yeah.
able to give y'all because they did not give us nothing.
Yeah. These ones always drag anyway, but like, I was like...
Yeah, I mean, I am glad that it started off with everybody. I mean, I think that we just got so much drama last season.
So much.
That
From this episode.
From this episode.
When they had slept together and he said he wasn't attracted.
I think
that was this episode. You're right.
I think we pretty much... nothing is going to ever add up or measure up to last
season, what,
to
12, yeah.
the ridiculousness of season 12. Anywho. Yeah. Okay, so Married at First Sight, episode 13.
Season
Married at First
13.
Sight, season 13.
Episode 4. Yep, okay.
Jose and Rachel, we just gonna get to it. Jose, like, I feel like Jose is trying very hard to give us something that is not natural to him.
Oh, hell.
Natural to him.
Oh, hell.
So, Jose and Rachel.
Yeah, we're gonna get to it.
Okay. He's just giving me something that does not seem authentic. Nothing about him seems genuine, except like how he feels about himself. Like, I do think that he genuinely is doing all these things, but it just doesn't, it's not giving me.
And I don't know how much he likes her. He keeps saying that she's the perfect match. Everything about her he likes, and he couldn't ask for a better match. And he said that to her. He said that in the confessional, and I don't see.
It's not translating. They're not even compatible.
We have so much compatibility, and I never thought we would click this quick. And I'm not seeing it, but maybe it's filming.
And you know how? Okay, so you know how people like. I feel like they're like trying to do what they think they're supposed to do to look or to be happy and love, look good, like so all this kissy face, like, and I do think that I don't think they dislike each other, and actually I think that they probably think the other is attractive. I don't know that there's like this sexual chemistry though. I don't think either is repulsed by the other, although he did ask to brush her teeth, and it's giving controlling, and he want her to brush her teeth.
We're going to leave that there. And then he said something that stood out to me when he was like, I'm not going to deny her. That wouldn't be masculine of me.
Who says that?
Who just randomly says something wouldn't be masculine? Like, it wouldn't be masculine of you to turn down your wife. Like, why would you randomly, or you're concerned about being masculine?
And there have been guys on the show that were like, I don't want to do too much too soon.
Look at Jeffrey. Jeffrey slept on the floor for 4 days.
For the whole honeymoon.
He's masculine.
And he never questioned his own masculinity for that.
Like, I don't want to be in nothing. I want to.
And what's the old boy, Keith? He wasn't taking nobody's virginity the whole show.
Yeah, that's true. So why is he questioning his masculinity? That's the question.
That's why it's like he thinks he's doing the things that he's supposed to do.
We see through you, Jose. That's it. And then what's the Rachel? When he went to go speak with her parents that morning, with her sister and her mother, I was like,
they were. I don't understand
how she describes herself and how they describe her
are not the different. Same. And I don't understand how these family members and friends are giving these reviews. Like, I don't want anybody to lie on me, but you could just say a few more things that are like complimentary.
I would be sicing my friend. Like,
I'm saying, if you ever tell somebody something unfavorable about me on camera,
oh, she is perfect, honey.
Like, you really, the only problem is like she's just a perfectionist. Like, them fake weaknesses.
That's so fake. Them fake
weaknesses. Yes.
I'm a perfectionist.
I just don't. But her mama look good. Her mama look about
her
same age as her.
Yeah, they was.
Or she looking same age as mama.
Yeah, they was looking like twins, born in the same year.
And she be so focused on school, she don't wash the dishes. I just don't do.
But then she mentioned later, like,
she'll blow up on somebody. I'll blow up on your ass, is what she said. You leave a
dish in the sink, and I'm like, so which one is it? Are you the sloppy one? Or you sloppy and then have the nerve to blow up on people if they don't?
You know who else is a liar? Because she was lying. Somebody lying. You know who else lying?
Who?
I don't even know who next, but we going to the liars.
Okay, who's the
Michaela? Michaela is a liar, y'all.
Yeah,
Michaela lied.
I was seeing through her too. She was saying all the right things prior to even meet with the family. She was lying then, but she was lying about something else. I was like, Michaela, why are you lying on national TV?
Lied and said that she was passive. In her relationships.
Yes.
And I find that very hard to believe because she don't stop talking.
And she also said she was possessive and what's hers is hers and they'll know it's mine. So are you passive or are you outwardly possessive?
It's not adding up.
No, that didn't add up. And then when she got out there in front of his family and lied and said she don't believe in certain conflict and cursing and yelling.
And
that's just unacceptable.
Names. And if we need to take space, then we'll just take space.
And then you didn't want to we saw in the previews, you didn't want to give him his space. You got mad when he was out. And you cussed at him or something or called him a name.
She called him a MF and liar.
And then was raging angry.
Like, this girl is...
Yeah, Michaela is a liar.
She's giving multiple personalities.
Yeah, she might have one of them personality disorders.
And you guys, like, I this is like a side note, not exactly connected to the specifics, but her father passing, like, she's still very emotionally affected by it. Not to say she shouldn't be, but like, she is drawn to tears literally every time she even mentions her father. So I don't think she mentioned how long ago it was. Does anybody? Did
y'all know? Did they comment on how long ago
Michaela lost her dad? I'm only curious because I feel like this is her personality, and it's just like her being emotional. Dramatic and emotional. Because we saw two other adults talk about losing parents, and it was a very different conversation. So I just
even Val with his dad and
Johnny
with his dad.
Yeah, and he talked about it, and he got choked up, but it still was. It came across different. So the way I just don't think that she is being honest. She's not being honest. She's
not passive.
Lying. She's a liar.
She doesn't have good conflict resolution. Like, she's lying, and Stevie Wonder could see through that.
And like, his family was like, we're giving him to you and you need to take care of him. They gon' go after her. Because the
mom looks like she don't play.
They going after her ass because she is not
who she says she is
going to do right by this man.
Don't you think he's so corny?
Very. The fact that he was like, this is the best day of my life. What?
He's so cute, corny.
It's giving extra.
It's fake.
AF. Like, it's so extra. Like, what they both extra. They do belong together. She just crazy. And I hate that they got the... Y'all know what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, why they got her being a crazy one?
Yeah, but she probably lied on her application, lied to producers. Like, she's seeming like a liar.
She is.
Anything else about them?
I mean, there's other stuff, but it's just... I don't know. This
they
episode...
seem to look. Mirla was like, I hate this. Here go Michaela. This is so nice. Like, when she walked into the place, like, it was not that nice.
It wasn't that nice.
And it wasn't like, they was on the opposite ends of it. Oh my gosh, this is so nice.
And then Zach is looking like Zach got COVID.
Yeah.
Well, they had a split. His homeboy had it before the wedding, and he had been around him, and so it was apparently possible. And
I feel like on the longer preview, we saw that he had COVID. I feel like that.
Yeah. So it looks like he had COVID. But then, y'all, I was confused by the preview for the next episode when they were showing them not. And she was like super pouty, like, I don't get to be with you, and we're supposed to be. So maybe she's just really good for TV. Like, maybe she's giving the producers exactly what they want. Like, producers are like, tell us how you feel.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, she's about to give us a whole show.
Yeah.
Because
if he got COVID,
just go have fun. Like, it's been so many people on these honeymoons that just go and do whatever when things aren't exactly going well. You don't have that much invested after 2 days, although they did have sex. Which we knew that was going to happen.
But I didn't know about the second night.
I told you that they would be having sex on the honeymoon. Now, they didn't even wait till they got to Florida.
He said, I will die a happy man if we keep doing this. We got a lot of stuff in common, but it's inappropriate.
He's so extra. It's so unnecessary.
Yes.
Like, okay, y'all. Okay. But he is 27. He is the youngest one, so.
And they still look very comfortable, and they were still looking cute.
I mean, they are, like, I think on paper they probably are really a good couple. It's just.
Those personalities.
Ooh, these personalities. People be lying on their application,
and he
y'all.
might be lying too. He might be acting like a good guy, and then we see that he out and about and doing stuff. So we gotta wait. We gotta wait to give him his.
You're right. We haven't seen enough.
Yeah, we don't know. He could be a liar too.
Yeah, I went out of order, but I just had to get to Lioness Michaela. So next is Ryan and Brett, snoozers. Like we don't. I mean, what? Tell us what you know about them.
Yeah, what do you know about them? Nothing.
They don't talk.
Brett like to shoot.
They talk about the fact that they married. Like, wow, we're really doing this. Like, are you gonna come out of your shell? I don't feel like I have to pull you out of your shell. Like, we don't know nothing about. Like, they haven't. Have they
he
cracked
didn't even
a joke?
have any questions for her family.
They didn't crack a joke.
No.
Well,
she did have that nervous breakdown on that plane, and he was like, "Ooh, if this was dating, we would not be together." Yeah, the last plane ride we took together. She's scared
to take a Xanax. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean,
how long can the flight be from Florida to Key West? Is it a 2-hour flight?
Well, Florida is Key West, but
where
were
Houston? Houston. I said Florida to give it Houston to Florida. How long can the flight be?
It's probably 4 though. That's a decent.
You're right. It is Houston.
It may not be the best flight for somebody that doesn't like to fly, but take you a drink, a Xanny, a puff, pass, or something. Girl, do something.
I just feel like I would be kind of being like, ooh, let me not show him mine.
That's what I'm saying.
That's how you know she
But
really got
when
a
you really have a fear,
right.
there's nothing you can do to stop
anxiety about flying. Because I would have been like, ooh, let me act like this
we
is
being
what
funny,
I do.
but it is what it is.
Yeah.
And we really don't have nothing else to talk about when it comes to them.
They have nothing. Like, they are so boring. Like, we could skip them every time.
He told her parents, oh, yeah, her having red hair. Like, it's like...
They're so basic.
They haven't talked.
And then, but his sister was funny. His sister was like, yeah, he dates basically bimbos. I don't know what
she said potatoes.
Yeah.
She said...
No substance.
Well, she said... What did she say?
Potatoes are hardy, so I was confused about that.
I thought she meant, like, plain, like, nothing to offer.
So they aren't, like, fully loaded potatoes.
I don't know what she meant by that either.
Plain baked potato?
But I was like...
I didn't understand that.
But I'm curious. Wait, she said something else about them. But basically, he doesn't. But maybe he attracts what he gives. Because he's not giving much.
He doesn't seem super intellectual. He just seems super boring. I mean, maybe he's one of the people you got to peel back the layers. Perhaps. She said she was like that too.
And he said you have to put 1 and 1 together. I've always heard it said, like, put 2 and 2 together. So I was very...
Them analogies and them different sayings that they got
I think people be real nervous when they be on camera and they just don't say the right thing. Because I was like, I thought it was 2 and 2. Don't you put 2 and 2 together?
Yeah, okay. I've never heard 1 and 1.
I've never heard
1 and 1. I've never heard 1 and 1. I will say that.
But anyway.
I don't have any notes on them. They're just a boring couple. What y'all think? Y'all think they're gonna make it? I don't.
We don't know enough about them. Like I can't even do a judgment call on them yet. Except for the fact, I don't know. I can't do a judgment call on them yet. We really don't know enough.
Yeah.
We doing predictions this episode, or we waiting?
Because this one wasn't nothing.
Okay. So who? Oh, I didn't even take notes about Johnny and Bao.
I did Johnny and Bao. We got 1. We got Brett and Ryan. We still got Brett and Ryan. We did them.
We just did them.
Oh, Marilyn Gill. Okay, so let's go to Johnny and Bao. Okay, Johnny and Bao. Oh, they had that blanket that his sister or somebody made for them. Mm-hmm. That was cute. That was different.
And meeting the parents, her meeting his family, both sides of it.
The text.
What?
She saw the text in his phone.
Oh, that was funny.
They met up and went out on some type of date or did something. No, and she had the text. Of course, he didn't. Who was text from 10 years ago?
Me. Hi. Don't text me nothing if you don't want me to have it in 15 years. She has text
from 10 years ago. She can pull up. Not like always. Right now. No, she can pull them up. She don't got to go on the old phone. She ain't got to charge her old phone. Mm-mm. She has text from 10 years ago. And she was like, he ghosted me. That was cute. I was like, oh, and he didn't remember nothing.
Ghost
he
her
didn't remember
though.
going out. And then he didn't remember.
But they were, and she said, were you interested? Because you were
flirty. And I thought we were going on as friends. So, yeah.
That was cute.
So that was nice. And then they met the family. Oh, she was like almost brought to tears when his mom. Like,
his mom was like, "You can call me mom."
I just like they're
very
from the
traditional.
Same exact culture.
They have
the
same
them
exact
having,
culture, and it's clearly something that is important to both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's nice. Like neither of them is overly Americanized. Like they still hold on to their culture. She asked about his dad, so that's what we were talking about. He kind of got really emotional about his dad, which we knew already. And I think it was good that he was being vulnerable. Like, they really might... I don't know. But what I didn't think was good was that he be touching her a lot, and she don't like.
I did notice that. Like, it's almost like he can't help it.
He can't help it. When he was touching her in the bed and stuff,
she wasn't pulling back. But he could not help it. Everything. I'm like, I was getting uncomfortable.
And I just feel like you're not respecting me. Like, if I've already told you that touching isn't my thing, like, can you make it a point to think about it and be like,
Maybe she got to hit one of these.
Look. She gonna pull away.
Yeah, because if you...
But then, and they had their little inside joke about the snoring. She was like, you want me to sleep somewhere else so I don't keep you up? And so she was embarrassed. They then had a very open conversation about sex, which was actually...
Shocking?
It wasn't a good conversation. It was just open, where he was asking these questions that it was like, well, what answer you think you gonna get? Like, you think she's about to tell you that she like to...
Bust it wide
open. Like, handcuff me, boo. Like, she's not about to go into those details. You know who she is. So why would you even expect that? So it was odd. But then he went and just told her that he likes basic Caucasian sex. So
he said he like, remember that season? He like that basic Caucasian sex. He said vanilla, plain.
He said
I'm not free. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I ain't doing this.
So what if she like that? What if she undercover was a whole freak, y'all? He done just gave her reasons to be like, I don't know. Also, we forgot to mention that her family told him how she ain't like his gifts. And she judged the hell out of him.
Yeah, he said that was kind of worrisome.
And he said it was worrisome because
it wasn't
she jumped to some conclusions, and they was showing clips that I don't recall from the first time where she was like, I wanted an intellectual, a Nobel Peace Prize. Like she was, and it was funny, and it was funny if it was in jest.
She was really worried.
But it was hard to tell what she believed.
She was really worried. I mean, she's just a funny person, but she was very worried.
That was funny.
She's like, I did not want a jock. I wanted a nerd.
And when she was opening them to get, she was like, "Oh man!" Like she was dead ass.
She was pissed.
She was pissed.
Yeah, I still like them. To me, they're still the most promising.
For sure.
Even though they got the little stuff too, but whatever.
No, they're definitely the most promising. I think, for sure. They also, and they were good when they got to the honeymoon spot. That's when they were talking about sex and stuff on the end of the episode. So I think that was a decent. I mean, it was a decent storyline for them. But
theirs was fine.
Eh.
They carried this episode
for sure. And then Gil and Mirla.
Oh no, they carried this episode.
They gonna give us the drama this season.
But isn't it crazy that both of their fathers were murdered? Savagely murdered?
Yeah, like brutally, criminally, like murdered. Like they did. It was, and then Mirla's was actually even more concerning because it was an inside job by her stepsister. It had to be step. I don't think it was her blood father. Daughter, right? It was, she said his girlfriend, her stepmom's daughter, or whatever. Yeah, like she said. They didn't give the details. Like, is the girl in jail?
I feel like I might have seen an episode or something that happened there. I
swear. She didn't even say if it had became a show. Confessed. Right, but she didn't say like if a show had picked up the story.
Yeah, I swear I heard something like that. I'm like, he was right. This is like a movie.
But the fact that they both lost their fathers to murder was very sad. It seemed like both of them had dealt with it though. That's why I was comparing the emotional side. Like his dad got killed 20 years ago, but it also happened like pretty much in front of him. Can't even imagine. But he said he dealt with that. Like he kind of acknowledged like I had to deal with that. I had to do this, whatever. That's like, it sucks that the most
common denominator
is a tragedy.
That's all that they have. That's all that they have.
Because, and honestly, I was feeling hopeful when he was talking to her brother, her friends. I was feeling a little hopeful in the sense that they were like, you know what, like, she does for herself, so she's not going to necessarily expect that you're going to spend this money and do this. Like, you just have to be comfortable with her doing it. And I get that. Like, I do think that there's some validity to that. Like, they're older. If they were in their 20s, like, maybe they would need to be on the same page because they're still going to build wealth. But if she's already been building a career and building, but the problem is she's driven by money and he is not.
Yeah.
How, Sway?
I don't know how that's going to work. How? Especially if she starts not respecting him because he's not.
Right, and it seems like she's going to be turned off.
That's the problem.
And he might be turned off by her too.
Yeah,
like, they might be turned off by each other because that's just like that's a foundational factor.
Yeah,
like, to me, that's foundational to a relationship.
And she was honest. The one thing I like about Marla, the one thing is that she's very honest. She's like, I complain. I'm moody. I'm motivated by money. Things that women get a bad rep for, or women wouldn't admit. Because look at lying ass Michaela.
Right.
I'm sure she's a little moody or she's a little temperamental, and let her tell it. She's passive and understands how to express herself.
Yeah.
Like, at least she's honest. I'm moody. I've been needing a second, and it's not gonna work with him.
Right.
But it ain't gonna work with a lot of people. But at least she's honest. She knows herself. Sure. She's too old to be lying about who she is.
Yeah.
That's the one thing you can give her.
That's it, though.
Yeah,
that's all she getting from me. Because
that's it.
She's a complainer. Nothing is ever good enough. She always, like, points out the negative, and I just don't think that's it's a quality that's tough to.
It also might be a defense mechanism she has.
Like, she's been let down so much.
I don't know why. Who just wants to keep pointing out everything negative?
It's a lot of people like that.
Everything?
It's a lot of people.
I mean, it wasn't nice. I'm not gonna act like those are accommodations I would want on my honeymoon, but to complain about where the beach is and where the pool is and all that, you can't do anything about it. It's a free trip.
And, like,
go on a decent honeymoon when you leave. Then, like,
read the room. Like, it's not like nobody wants to hear somebody complaining all the time.
You say more than 1 or 2 complaints.
It's I'm just like he's gonna start tuning you out, right? He's not about to be feeling you. Yeah. So, that part. I don't think that...
She has a rebuttal for everything in a negative way.
Right, and she just doesn't... Like, I feel like she always calls it out. Like, even if you see something, like, you don't have to say it. Mm-hmm. Like, you could just not say anything.
Mm-hmm. Just think it. Like, I do.
Yeah, and I think people think that that's, like, not being true to yourself. And I think that's not... It's okay. It's like, you have to pick and choose your battles. You have to... like, decide what's important. Like, sometimes it's just not worth the conversation. And she's not enjoyable. She does not seem enjoyable to be around.
She doesn't seem that fun either.
She does not seem fun.
What are her redeeming qualities?
None, y'all.
Maybe she bathes every day. Y'all know them people walking around talking about they don't take a shower every day, so.
We don't know nothing about that lifestyle.
I ain't never heard of that in my life.
We nothing about that lifestyle. But I just feel like Gil got a raw deal on that because there's probably a lot of people that they could have given him that it would have worked with. I mean, that usually happens though with most couples. But no, not all the couples. Sometimes it be couples that be weird. You just be like, why are they on the show? Mm-hmm. Them in particular, I think Gil seems very genuinely open to this process. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Mirla came on here as an afterthought and has no, like, I feel like she did not prepare herself to be married to a stranger. She just came on, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand why she's on the show.
Somebody in our comments last time said they think, and I forget who it is, but it was a good comment, that they think that they should have to undergo therapy before they get chosen or before and I agree.
That would mean that they care about the relationships. And these producers
they don't care. And they don't want to put no more money in that when they can just keep getting the money.
They actually want the people to have problems. Mm-hmm. They do. They want people. They don't want perfect people. They don't, or not, I shouldn't say perfect, but they don't want people that are going to match well all the time. Like, they don't want 5 couples.
Yeah, but this season bad, babe.
I mean, we said we couldn't give all of our predictions, but there's one that I know for sure. I'm positive that there's no way Gil and Mirla are gonna work out. We saw the previews from last week. This week it wasn't that much, but last week, showing him talking about he was getting kisses from his dog because he don't get kisses from nobody else. Once that happened, I knew it was a wrap because most times, women are not attracted to their husbands on this show. It don't work.
Mm-hmm.
There are very few times when it has worked. So I'm not getting that vibe. If they turn it around, I will be shocked and I'll be the first to admit that I was wrong, but I don't think I'm gonna be wrong.
I don't think so either. They're not staying together. They are not staying together.
Nah.
Okay.
So I mean,
Snoozefest.
It wasn't that much, y'all.
I feel like this season isn't gonna be that exciting. The previews ain't been nothing but the
Michaela,
going off. I haven't, like, unless they're about to play some good previews next time or do an extended trailer, like, I'm like, I don't know what we got to look forward to.
Yeah, Brett and Ryan not giving anything.
Oh,
Jose
Val
and
cried.
Rachel.
Val cried and said she was heartbroken. So we'll see.
Oh, on the future, yeah, on the previews. We'll see. But I'll just say this. We can't complain about drama and ridiculousness one season and then be mad that there's no drama the next season. We have to just, I guess, take the good with the bad. That's true too, because we loved the season we loved Amani and Woody.
Yeah.
Like we were here for it. We were here for all their positivity and all their cuteness. So
I mean, I thought I was gonna be here for Michaela and Zach the same way, but
it ain't happening.
She seems pretty fake.
She's giving Amber crazy vibes for sure.
I love him. I love basic Caucasians. Oh
no, that was not Amber. Amber is the
Lingy.
Yes.
Ooh, yes. Amber was a stage 5 singer. Yes, she was.
Anywho, so
thanks for watching.
Yeah, because what else are we
supposed
to talk about? Please don't forget to
subscribe so we can get to 1,000.
Yeah, we are. We're on the road to 1,000. So
please subscribe if you're watching this.
If you watch it, because we get more views than we get subscribers, so we know that somebody is watching that
and that is not subscribed. So you're not subscribed. So
but we appreciate the views, so please keep watching. But just subscribe, please. Just subscribe.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, we'll see y'all next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.